Drizzle, drizzle.
What's going on YouTube? Is your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So I came across a video on TikTok, and I think Passport OG might have covered this a little bit, mixed in with some other clips. But when I came across it, I was like, man, this spoke to me so much because I've tried explaining this on my channel, especially to women, 100 times over, and I want y'all to hear exactly what he had to say. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
The reason Drizzle Drizzle, MGTO, and Soft Guy Arrow are doing so well is because men have all of the leverage. And as you guys say,
Rule number one of capitalism. In order to negotiate, you have to bring value.
So how did men end up on top? Well, it's not men, it's average men now. And it all started with the feminist ideology that all of you should be going for the top 1% type of man. You pushed that idea so hard that it became something that we could study and prove, and now we know that the majority of women are competing for the same 20% top types of lads. Because you lot seem to think that you had all the leverage, and then you gave all of that leverage to the top tier guys. When you had an abundance of options, you were very picky, treated men however you really wanted to because you know they'd be lapping up anyway. And you know what? The top tier men did exactly the same thing to you. Because Alial wanted them. That led you to almost completely denying the existence of the good men and comparing us all to these bad ones who have all the leverage that you gave them. And so the good guys realize that they only really have two options. They can either become the bad guy that you girls want, or they can just dip out entirely. And now we have an even greater divide. Women have far less options than they did. The middle ground men left because you lot weren't being too nice. And that left you with the top tier man who ended up having too much of a choice. And now they treat you the same way that you were treating us, and now you're dipping out and looking for somewhere else to turn. And what guys have learned from this is that that guy in the friend zone you did want to be with. He was the safe guy, the guy that you could go to when you've hit your prime and you've gone through a bunch of guys and you know he will look after you. He's actually the guy you wanted to end up with. The problem is, you're no longer the person he wants to end up with. The average guy now has the leverage because he was offering and always was offering everything that you guys wanted. It wasn't appreciated. And now that you guys have lost your backup man, we're going to be picky with who we catch when they fall. Because we can. Unfortunately, it's too late for most of you. And us, we're perfectly happy waiting around for the right one.
I think this is one of the reasons why you see so many different movements spawning in the last few years. Passport Bros, 4B movement, now the Drizzle Drizzle. And the 4B movement, honestly, is just women's response to Passport Bros and to a larger extent, Red Pill content. Because what this kind of content has done is open men's eyes to what's really going on. And women don't like it because they can no longer manipulate the type of men that they probably wouldn't really desire, but they know that they can fall back on, like he mentioned, backup plans. And this is one of the reasons why Passport Bros get so much pushback, especially from women, because deep down, y'all know damn well these are quality men. You're not going to sit over here and tell me that a man who has the means to go overseas to pursue women that are a little bit more traditional minded is not something that you wouldn't want in your life as a woman, unless you're more on the left-wing liberal side of things, where what you see is a lot of women who want men to still be traditional, hold them to a traditional standard while no longer being traditional themselves. So because of this, you have a little bit of an unbalance, but now the shift is in favor of men, so much so that even the everyday average man, hence why I named my channel Average Man Unplugged, even those men are becoming more picky as far as the women that they're choosing from, because what they're realizing is that the women that they are choosing from aren't typically the women that would have chose them first. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the next clip.
I'm going to say this and then I ain't going to say nothing else. Look here. If you are a woman who's got yourself a good man, and you that same woman that's taking that good man for granted. Oh, child, I mean, you doing everything you think you big and bad enough to do. I mean, you out there carrying on because you know you got his heart. Let me tell you something, baby. I'm going to tell you, don't you make the mistake of getting out of his heart or losing his heart. Because if you do, you ain't getting them back. You ain't getting them back. Once a man is done with you, he done with you. It ain't like a woman. See, we allow you to come back. But once a man is done with you, he all the way done. Baby, I'm going to tell you something. If you got yourself a good man, you better behave yourself. Y'all here with your chest stuck out, thinking you got it going on. See, and I'm going to tell you something. Single women, it's a whole lot of us out here. I mean, it's millions of women out here that's got it going on. Got their own car, got their own homes, look good, smell good, work hard, do all the things they need to do. Honey, they got it going on. You hear me? Let me tell you something. We don't like y'all. We don't like women who got good men and don't know how to treat them right and take them for granted. We don't like y'all. See, because it's almost to us like wasting food, wasting a real good meal. See, that's what it's like to us. And let me tell you something. It's a problem. It's a problem because you are blessed to have yourself somebody that loves you, that wants to be with you, that wants to do things with you, that tells you he loves you, that's by your side, baby. When you got that, let me tell you something. You are blessed. Don't you take that for granted. Don't you take that for granted and be out here carrying on with your chest stuck out because you know you got his heart. I can promise you, you ever lose his heart, you in trouble because you will never get back in his heart again, huh? And it'll be some wonderful woman out here just waiting for herself a good man like the one you take it for granted. And I'm gonna tell you something, she gonna get him. And when she get him, she gonna treat him right. And he ain't never gonna look your way. You understand me? So if you got a good one, I'm telling you right now, behave yourself. Behave yourself. Thank God. I ain't saying that as long as you're a good woman too, hey, all that's good. All that's then. I ain't talking to you. But if you that little thing out here that's showing off and halfway giving them loving and divvying your loving out to them and this, that, and the other, halfway giving them the attention, halfway cleaning the house, halfway fixing food, and I ain't saying that that's just a woman's job. I'm just saying if you are not being a partner, I know, I'm going to tell you right now, I know somebody who will. I know some women out here who will. So get your act together. I'm going to tell you something because you are blessed if you got a man that loves you and is good to you. You understand me? Have an amazing day.
Say the weird thing. People are desperately seeking realness.
There are a lot of hot girls out there who are truly fine, gorgeous in every way that are single. And there are some of them who are looking to settle down, to have the stable home, the partner, the family, the whole vibe. They can't find it because they don't understand this simple thing. The type of men that do wife up, the type of men that do settle down, want to come home, want to commit, are not attracted to sexy women. They don't go for the sexy women. They are attracted to beauty. Don't get me wrong. They will look at a sexy woman and be like, wow, she's fine. But that's about it. They go for the cutesy, feminine girl in the sundress. They don't go for the girl who looks like she parties every weekend. And that's a fact. I have brothers, I have a fiance, and I have talked to men about this topic. That is something I get over and over. They will say, we go for the approachable woman. We go for the woman we are comfortable with taking home to mama. I am telling you, even in the workplace, if you are a beautiful woman, but You don't present yourself in a promiscuous way. You have like kind of like a down to earth cutesy vibe. I'm telling you, men will bend over backwards 10 times more for you than they would a sexy appearing woman. I'm telling you, feminine, like genuine, like down to earth cutesy femininity wins every time.
And it ain't like this isn't something that men haven't been trying to tell women for the longest, because this goes all the way back to the natural versus BBL conversation. Because there's plenty of women, there's plenty of men that will play with a woman with a BBL, but they won't take her seriously. And even Stephen A. Smith said this: find you a solid 7. The 8, 9s, and 10s are going to be a headache for you. And part of the reason why is because all men want them. So, and because of that, they also don't feel the need to be useful to you at all. That's why typically the lesser but still slightly above average attractive women tend to nap up really good men, because they are, for one, useful, and two, they're less of a headache. And the 8, 9s, and 10s get so upset when they see a guy that they deem attractive with a woman that appears to be less attractive than them. But what they fail to realize is that she's doing things for that man that you wouldn't dare do, because you feel entitled to not have to do anything for that man simply because other men want you. But it's kind of weird, considering those other men, you probably wouldn't choose those other men over the man that you want. So in reality, that doesn't even make any damn sense. But common sense ain't common when it comes to women, because they don't apply logic to this shit. Let's keep it moving.
The reason why so many women are treating dating like a hustle and are only out for monetary gain and luxury experiences is because when situationships became a thing, that really dehumanized dating, and it became an emotionally unfulfilling experience for women. So if you're going to waste my time, I might as well gain something. Thank you.
That's fair. That's fair. But how about I give you a different suggestion? How about you women stop giving it up to men who don't care about you and wait for the man who does care about you? Stop accepting these situationships, and let's be clear, you guys accept them. We've been offering them for years. You guys are now accepting them because these women now want to be free. So you accept these things and then turn around and say these men are wasting your time when they're wasting your own time. If you stop dealing with these men and only deal with men who actually like you and want to be with you, you won't have to play any of these games. That's just a suggestion, though.
Broke men tend to be more attractive. When a man is unattractive, he knows that he has to get money in order to get money. So they go and they hoard the money and they go get all the money. And that's be the richest niggas, the one that's the most unattractive. And then the men that are attractive, they realize like I don't gotta do too much to get a bitch, so I'm gonna do the least. I'm still gonna get a woman. They're still gonna love me. They're still gonna feed. Like I don't gotta do too much. That's my theory. Now, this is not for all men. There are some very attractive, wealthy men. But I just think majority are attractive men. That's why I try to stay away from attractive men as well. Some women like broke men because they have time and they give them a lot of time and a lot of attention.
Because they ain't got nothing to do.
Exactly.
Shit. They're generally great in bed too, because they got a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah. They fighting for a roof.
And this is another reason why they hate RP content as well, because we've been explaining this to men for the longest. That's why women are having such a hard time grabbing any man that have any kind of value whatsoever, even the average man, because men understand that why should I have to work so hard to gain access to you when these guys who didn't have to bring anything to the table but some dick get to get access to you, but you expect me to spend all this money on you just to spend time with you? That doesn't make any damn sense whatsoever. Men are wising up to that thanks to RP content. So that's on women on that one. Ain't nothing you can do about that. But I want to show you something, a woman that Anton Daniels actually covered this the other day. I was going to do a separate video about this, but I think this ties into this topic so well that it was hard for me to pass up not putting this on here, man. So check this out.
Dating has to be one of the most oddest transactions in Atlanta in the entire world. Like, there's no place like Atlanta. Like, I get huge bouquets of flowers. Like, I just picked one up from the concierge this morning. But, like, this person doesn't want to commit. This person is married. This person has kids by everybody. This person is not with their baby mama, but live with their baby mama. This person is hiding from 10 folks because they did something they weren't supposed to do. Come to Atlanta and get money. And that's it. Because get money and get out. This place is hell!
A few moments later.
Okay, so the funny thing is, it has come to my attention that y'all got my last video all wrong. I didn't mean to say dating in Atlanta. I meant to say dating rich men in Atlanta.
We do not care.
A lot of y'all in them comments. It had nothing to do with y'all. So Kevin said he was lying when he said there's not a lot of high value men out here. They are. Actually, Atlanta is #1 for black wealth. So most of the guys that I meet here and that approach me are well to do. And they will take care of you. They will pay rent. They will set up lines for you to do whatever you need. They will help you with business. They will take you to nice places, nice trips. You will be treated very well. But there will become a point where you're going to find out something. And that's what I meant to say. You will find out that with that type of status, they are either have a lot of women or are down low. I haven't ran into that yet, but I'm sure it's around or whatever. I just haven't ran into an issue that stands out that I could say that. Or you come to find out they're married or they have children all over the place, or because hey, when a guy has all this stuff going on, women want to get pregnant by them, but not me, not me, baby. Yeah, no, it's enough for me, my boy. So yeah, so you will get treated well out here. I get treated very well, but it's when I say it's always something. Listen, when Anne Marie said it's just one thing, no, it wasn't. She lied. It ain't one thing. It's some more and some more. Oh, and you run into like where you're dealing with somebody and you don't know that they got something going on with anybody else, and that part here they go reaching out to you. Listen, I could do I'm gonna do a whole series on it. I'm gonna do a series of the variations, but I do date the same type of dude, which is men into business. I'm not really into guys who are in entertainment, sports, none of that. Business. And I came to Atlanta because I knew there was money here, and I was not wrong. I've been here for a year, and from what I've seen, it was a phenomenal choice. I would not choose to live anywhere else yet. I'm not saying that this is full term for me, but I have not been disappointed in that area yet. But y'all really tore me up on them comments. Y'all was so mean. I would never talk crazy to y'all. Some of y'all look crazy. Some of y'all, but I don't talk bad about people. So yeah, be nice, cause you don't know. It's be nice. Yeah.
You can't make this shit up.
Find it very, very interesting that this woman listened to Kevin Samuels, but obviously she wasn't listening close enough when he said there aren't a lot of high value men in Atlanta. You took it as high value men in general. Sure, there's a lot of black men down there that got good money, but what he meant was available men. And if you was really listening to Kevin Samuels, he also mentioned that those type of men, more often than not, exercise their options. So this is another example of a woman that was only paying attention to what she wanted to hear instead of what she needed to hear. Now I'm going to show you another example of what I'm talking about. Let's keep it moving.
So I just got a DM from somebody. So this video is geared to her, but if you're watching, great. If not, scroll, because this video is a personal response. So I got a DM from a woman, and she said the athlete she's dating is treating her like an option. I'm going to be very honest with you. The reason why the athlete that you're dating is treating you like an option and not really treating you properly is because you are. Athletes are a small percentage of the world. Small percentage of men. They are the top percent of men. They make the most money. They get the most women. In his DM, there are 1,000 women. He's 31. He's not settling down. He's playing around. He's running the streets. Everything that you said he's doing, he's playing. He's running the streets. He's not texting you. You didn't hear from him for months. He's playing because he has that option to do so. Remember that thread that went viral of men hating their girlfriends? So I went through that, and all of it were men who didn't have the option to get other women. So they stayed with women they disliked because they didn't have any other options. They had no playroom. They had nobody better than you to go to, right? They had nobody better than their current girlfriend. Men who have the option to date whoever they want, whenever they want, and however they want, they act on it. Men act on their power. For example, let's use Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving meets a girl tonight. He sleeps with her. He doesn't want to deal with her. He wants to find a model and he wants to marry her and start a family tonight. He can do that. He doesn't have to call her back, do any of that because he has that leverage. The average man cannot do that. So what he does is he puts up with what he doesn't want to put up with because he has no other choice. He has no wiggle room. He has no options. When men want to get rid of you, if they have the option to do so, they do it. They do it. This is why men who have a lot of women tend to be F-boys because they have the option to do so. They don't have to put up with what they don't want to put up with. So the guy you're dating, he has a lot of wiggle room. He has a lot of access. He has a lot of women. He has a lot of options. So he's maneuvering his options. 31-year-old multimillionaire. You think it's just you? So you do what you will with that situation. Good luck. Men don't put up with what they don't have to or what they don't want to. Men suffer in silence when they have to, when they're married to you or they have no other options. Look how all the athletes move. It's always another woman. They're moving around. Look at Drake, for example. Drake don't ever stay with the same woman. It's categories. You split it down the middle. 20% of men have the leverage to do what they want with women. Change them out, switch them out. I get back, I get this. 80% of men don't have that leverage. They don't because they aren't highly desired, highly sought after. This is the hard truth. I don't tell beautiful lies. I tell ugly truths. And that's the ugly truth. Men who have a lot of women tend to not deal with women that they don't want to.
And it all comes back full circle to the very first clip that I showed you guys. That man was right. Y'all gave all the leverage to the top percent of men, and now y'all are over here complaining more than ever about men, and y'all are trying to bunch up all the men that y'all don't even desire or even give attention to and lump us up with those very same men. Now look where y'all at. 4B movements, fem sales. Yeah. Y'all even starting groups on Facebook and these other social media platforms saying, are we dating the same man? Yes. Men in these spaces have been trying to tell y'all this for the last few years now. But see, y'all don't like it when it comes out of... y'all don't like it when men say it. Y'all, oh man, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way I know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Well, to the next video, y'all. Deuces.